Guys, so today is January 22nd, 2026, and your girl actually just got scheduled for an interview, which is really nice because yesterday I also had like a last minute interview type of thing because a certain woman, like, she called me from this company and she was like, you know, are you basically available today to come in? And I asked her, like, okay, like, yeah, like, where's the location? And basically she was telling me that she's in like another city. So I essentially applied to like the wrong location and had to go back and reapply. But I was so hurt because I'm like, dang, like I just snagged an interview and now I can't even go because they're like hours away from me, you know? So yeah, I was down about that just a little bit, not too much. But today is the next day and I actually got scheduled for another interview that's actually in my city. And it's actually only 2 minutes away via car and a 15-minute walk, so it's very, very close to my house, which I am so grateful for. I honestly, like, the lady on the phone, I won't say that she sounded rude, but she was just kind of like flat, which normally that would make me a little nervous because I'm like, you know, am I gonna get the job? Like, are you gonna be rude to me? Am I gonna have to crash out? But no, I feel actually pretty good about that because usually people like that, they're just kind of tired or whatever. And that's good news for me because that means that she's pretty much just trying to fill in the position. So she's probably not going to be taking this interview like too serious. And they might be like low on staff, so they're just trying to fill in that position. So I feel pretty confident about getting the job, you know. And yeah, it's in my neighborhood basically, so it's in the hood. It's in the hood, the HOOD, like, oof. But yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day preparing for the interview and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Hey guys, so it's actually like probably a week later. You guys will see the date, but what happened with that last job, y'all, they were saying that they only had third shift available, which you would expect me to want it because I am a night owl, but I'm trying to get my sleep schedule together. And also, like, third shifters, they don't really get a social life because they sleep during the day and then work at night. So it's like they don't really have no time to themselves. So I said, oh hell no. And they were only paying $15 an hour. The fact that $15 an hour is seen as a privilege in our country is like insane, given that the cost of living is so much higher than that. And that you cannot pay everything they need to pay making fucking $15 an hour. People have motherfucking rent, they have utilities, they have their phone bill, they have to pay for Wi-Fi, they have to pay for fucking water, you have to pay water, you have to pay for fucking water. Like, that's insane. That's insane. Like, it's a necessity. You have to pay that. But yeah, like, and then, you know, you also have to pay insurance, and people have children that they need to take care of, and then you have to save for retirement and save for, you know, just in case something goes bad, you know, you need an emergency fund. But nobody can have a fucking emergency fund because there are no fucking funds to go towards the motherfucking emergency. Making $15 an hour. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Ignore these pillows. Your girl just got done washing my blankets, so I'm going to make my bed up in a second. But yeah, I just said, like, screw that job, because one, I don't want to work late night shifts, and two, I also want to gain like actual experience, and three, I don't want to work for fucking $15 an hour. No. When you work late night shifts, like, it's kind of more chill, so you don't really get to do the same tasks that day shift and like second shift would do. And then there's like less people around as well, so like management is gone and a lot of the nurses and stuff is gone too. Well, probably not the nurses, because if you're working in a facility where it's like 24-hour care, like, there has to be nurses, right, at all times. But it's just less people, so there's less opportunities to receive help, and also just less opportunities to actually perfect your craft and work on your CNA skills because people are asleep, you know. But yeah, I actually just had an interview today with another facility and I pretty much got the job. Yeah, I got the job. Yeah, I'm gonna be eating ass for a living. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna be eating ass. Like, oh my god. But yeah, something is wrong with me.
Well, yes.
But yeah, they pretty much gave me the job, and the reason why I did this is because they didn't really ask me any questions. They kind of just asked me about my previous experience, like working as a CNA, and I told them, girl, I haven't worked yet, you know, I just got my license, so this will be my first job. And then I like told them about my previous dietary experience working at Cleveland Clinic. They're like, oh, okay, cool, congratulations, and all this stuff. And then they handed me the paperwork and said, girl, go get your background check done at this place here and fill out this paperwork, and then, you know, just text me when you're done and bring the paper back up here. So I pretty much got a job, you know? And they pay $20 an hour, which is nice. I can't believe I'm telling you guys my business. They let me use me business, but I don't really care because I'm sure other people would like to know like how much like CNAs are making if you're like interested in becoming a CNA. Yeah, over here getting paid 20 for this specific facility, but it does depend on one, the facility, and then also like your location. So if you're in a bigger city, like you'll make more because the cost of living is higher. And then if you're in a smaller city or like a little town, you might make less because the cost of living is lower since the population is lower. So yeah, but I'm really excited. I was really nervous going in, and it's like, why are you nervous, girl? Like, they didn't even ask you any questions. Like, I was over here preparing. I was having ChatGPT do like a mock interview with me and everything, but I pretty much didn't have to like answer any questions other than like my previous work experience, which is nice. But yeah, I'm just really excited to, you know, embark on this journey. There's way more to being a CNA than just wiping an ass, okay? You have to actually, you know, help people shower, you have to feed people, and then also like you're a pillar for people. Like you have to help them do the things that they can no longer do anymore because maybe they're older or maybe they got injured, you know? So, you know, it's a very important job, but very underrated. I feel like CNAs are not appreciated enough. And the pay definitely reflects that, because why the fuck are you paying me fucking $15 and under? Some people make less than that to take care of someone, like, and their life is like literally in my hands, you know? Same thing with nurses, like they have like more responsibility obviously, but yeah, it's just crazy, you know? But I'm happy that this facility, you know, seems to pay pretty decent. It's decent for me because, like I said, I live with my mom, so I don't have to worry too much about like rent and stuff. Really, the only bill that I have to worry about is my phone bill. But I do plan on going back to school soon, so I need to save up for that. And I also want to take driver's ed and save up for a car, so that I can make it to places on time. And then also, like, you know, just having your own form of transportation is just such a privilege because you can go anywhere at any time. You know, you don't have to rely on somebody to take you or depend on public transportation, which I already discussed before. I don't fucking like it. It's just the amount of times that I've been catcalled and like just the weird shit that happens, you know, actually on the bus. Like, it's just insane. And I would not wish that upon my worst enemy to have to endure that weird shit. Like, it's just, But yeah, I'm just really excited to embark on this new journey. And this is just the beginning, you know? I plan on going up from here. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. You know, just having like those thoughts of like, what if I'm not competent enough, or, you know, what if I'm not skilled enough, or like, what if I do something wrong that like injures the patient or something, and then I end up in jail for like neglect or some shit. Like, you know, like all of those thoughts run through my mind, you know, all the time. Because I have anxiety. Anxiety keeps on trying me. But, you know, a way that I combat that, or those thoughts, is just by trying to stay in the moment and just really internalizing the fact that I can't predict what happens in the future, nor can I change what will happen in the future. I can only control what happens now and like my actions right now, you know, and just do what I can to, you know, provide the best care, so that certain things don't happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I got the job. We'll see how my first day goes. And yeah, I got to Bones, one for that plug and one for that load. That too. Bones, one for that bitch and that one for that door. Y'all, I'm not doing a transition because I'm so upset. I recorded this a bunch of times already, but I'm re-recording it because earlier I was basically explaining what had happened, but it was just really long, so I wanted to make it more concise. But essentially, well, first off, it's 3 in the morning, so I'm gonna refer to yesterday as like earlier, even though technically it was yesterday, because I took a nap and I woke up and I'm probably up all night, but I feel like it just happened, so just know, like, you guys will see the dates and all that. But anyways, I had came home and the guy, the payroll guy, director guy, whoever the fuck he is, he basically gave me like a thick ass packet to like fill out, and he was saying like, okay, you know, when you're done filling this out, reach out to me and we'll get you scheduled and stuff. So I came home and I filled out the first few pages, got overwhelmed because it was just a lot of stuff. Like, they were asking me about my doctor's information, and then they're asking me to like basically tell them all of like my work history and stuff again, even though I had already filled out an application twice. I'm like, why do you guys keep asking me the same couple of questions? Like, but anyways, I had stopped, and earlier I had decided to, you know, sit down at my dinner table and finish the rest. So I got through like a good portion of it before I stumbled across a page, and it said something about PRN, and I was like, why the hell did they give me PRN paper to fill out when I'm supposed to be getting hired as a part-time employee? Because if you guys don't know, PRN essentially means as needed. So like if someone calls off of work or if they're short-staffed, that's when they'll call you to basically come fill in that position. But it doesn't have like a set schedule. Like, they just call you randomly whenever they need help. And also, you don't get any benefits at all. You don't get health insurance, and you don't get PTO. So I'm like, why the hell did they give me this paper when they basically told me that I would be working 4 days a week part-time for 7.5 hours? Like, that doesn't make sense. So I ended up reaching out to the director who like gave me the paperwork and stuff, and the payroll manager, right? He's both. I reached out to him, like asking him like, hey, like, I was under the impression that I would be working part-time, so like, is this a part-time gig or a PRN gig? Because I'm looking for like a stable schedule and, you know, a steady source of income. And he was like, well, honestly, like, we're just looking for someone as needed because we're fully staffed. I said, bitch, like, why didn't you guys tell me this like way back when? Like, you guys should have told me this when you guys were scheduling me to come in for an interview. Like, they were making it seem like I would be working 4 days a week, part-time. So I'm just like, you know, you basically wasted my fucking time, like having me come in and do all this shit, and then I'm filling out all this paperwork just for them to tell me this. They also told me this: no, you won't be working 4 days a week. You'll actually be working 2 days a week, if that. I said, huh? Like, what? So that's why you guys are paying fucking $20 an hour, because I would only be working fucking 2 days. So it's not really nothing to you, you know, to pay me for those 2 days. So it's just like, it's so insane. And I was just really upset because I'm like, wow, like, they had ample amount of time to tell me this. They could have told me the day that I came in for the interview, but they were just basically trying to get me to fill out the paperwork so that they can have people on standby just in case some shit happens with like their full-time employees right now. But my thing is, like, I was going to read the paperwork, so for you to try to be deceitful, try to make it seem like I would be working part-time, knowing that you were really trying to hire me as a PRN, like, it's just dumb, because I was going to read the paperwork. Like, what did you think, that I was just going to fill it out, or that I wasn't going to read it and just sign? Like, no, that's how people get fucked up. That's why I read my paperwork before I sign anything, because you guys are not going to screw me over. So I basically told him like, hey, I'm actually like looking for full-time employment, so I'm going to look for other opportunities that will fulfill my needs. So yeah, I'll have to decline this offer, but thank you for giving me the opportunity, and if you guys have any openings available in the near future, let me know. And he was like, okay, sure, Will, I hope you find what you're looking for, and I'm sorry that we couldn't meet your needs. I'm like, first of all, bitch, you can't spell for shit. He meant to say well, but he said will. And I understand typos, but he kept on like saying things and spelling things incorrectly, and then his grammar was off. He didn't use punctuation. Like, how the fuck did you get hired as a payroll person and as the director of nursing, and your ass can't spell for shit? Like, how the hell are you handling people's paychecks and you can't spell? Like, the math is not mathing at all. And if you're able to get a fucking job like that, like, I should damn sure be able to get a job like this. I feel like I'm fucking overqualified, because I know how to spell motherfucking well. Pun intended. Did y'all peep that double entendre? Yeah, she's a lyricist. And then the lady, the hiring manager that I was emailing, she couldn't even construct a proper email. So I should have known something was up when I seen that shit. But, yeah, like that basically was it. So I don't have a job, and I basically got my fucking hopes up for nothing. And it's just so frustrating because the shit keep happening. Like, the first time, I basically applied to the wrong facility, even though I had got an offer. And then the second time I applied to the right facility for this company, and the lady basically didn't reach back out to me after she told me that she is happy to do like an interview with me and to just give her my availability and we could set something up. She never hit me back up after that. And then the third time they had me come in, they didn't tell me that they only had third shift available. Like, so it's just shit like this that makes me fucking pissed, because it's very easy to just communicate like, hey, we're only hiring for this specific time and this specific shift. So if you're willing to, you know, work those shifts, like, let us know and we can set something up. You know, it's very easy to do that, but no, they're being deceitful and stuff, trying to get you to come in for the interview in hopes that, you know, you would probably just settle for whatever they're trying to offer you, like these bullshit ass offers. And it's just really fucking annoying, because you're taking away time that I could be putting into filling out more applications, and also time that I could be putting into going to other interviews. Like, what if I had another offer and I declined that offer so I can come to you guys? Like, you know, it's just very inconsiderate. And people act like these employers are acting like we fucking are filling out applications just for funsies, you know, just for the hell of it. Like, let's just fill out an application today because we don't have anything else to do. Like, no, we're filling this shit out because we have responsibilities. People have rent, people have utilities, people have insurance, people have bills. Like, you have children. Like, it's so just frustrating. And also, like, I kind of cried a little bit earlier. Well, actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably like 20 minutes ago. I just kind of broke down just a little bit, you know, not too much. Because I'm just like, wow, like, if this was the life that I knew I would have, like, when I was a child, like, I would have just asked to just be a child forever, you know? Like, when you're a kid, like, you just have so many dreams and aspirations, and, you know, you can't wait to be an adult because you're like, oh, I'm gonna have my own money, and I'm gonna have freedom, and I'm gonna have my own house, my own car, I'm gonna have a kid and a husband or a wife and all this stuff. And then you actually reach adulthood and you find out, like, the fucking American dream is really a fucking nightmare. Like, none of that shit is real. All of that shit is a fantasy. And it's just really disheartening, because, you know, this might sound morbid, maybe it's my depression speaking, I don't know, but people make it seem like life is such a privilege, you know, especially when you're young. They try to make it seem like, you know, everything is just, you know, sunshine and rainbows, and then you actually reach adulthood and you're like, wow, this is not what the fuck I signed up for. I wasn't under the impression that I would have to go through this shit. And it's like, you know, people are like, you know, you should be happy to just wake up every day, not when you're fucking struggling and living paycheck to paycheck. Like, yes, there are people who are going through, like, worse things than you, but it shouldn't have to take, like, me thinking about someone going through something worse for me to feel better about myself. Like, they shouldn't even have to go through fucking worse to fucking begin with. And I understand that, you know, some things, you know, teach you lessons, and, you know, hardship, like, without hardship, it would be really hard to appreciate things when it finally works out. But it's just like, it still doesn't take away from the fact that I am really upset right now, and I still feel very fucking disheartened by just the world, you know? Like, It's just crazy. And also, like, something else that is crazy is the fact that being paid $15 an hour is seen as a privilege. Like, I'm still flabbergasted by that. And the fact that minimum wage is still $7.25 is mind-boggling. Like, who the fuck can live off that? Like, you can barely fucking afford groceries at that fucking rate. I'm pretty sure fucking eggs is higher than that. What you would make working a week for that? Like, it's just crazy, like, the world that we live in. And mind you, like, I'm in America. This is a well-developed country, but I'm fucking in poverty. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then where I live right now, you know, the hood of my city, like, it looks insane outside. It looks like a fucking war zone. Like, all these fucking abandoned buildings and just, like, all the shit that just happens, you know, from the shootings to people being sexually assaulted to people being fucking assaulted on the street, like, physically assaulted. Like, it's just crazy, like, the world that we live in. And this was not the future that I imagined when I was a little girl. And I'm sure it's not the future that you guys imagined when you were little either. And it's just so annoying when, like, older people or privileged people try to make it seem like, oh, you just need to work harder. Bitch, I am working. Best believe. And I hate how people try to make it seem like, you know, certain jobs are not as valuable. We need people to fucking work at these fast food chains. We need people to work at Walmart and like these retail jobs. Like, we need those people. We do. And without those people, our economy would go to fucking shit. And we wouldn't have people fucking ringing up our groceries or people ringing up our food. And AI is coming in now, so maybe that's what you guys wanted. Like, do you want your fucking shit to be rang up by a fucking robot? I don't. I like that, you know. I like interacting with people. I like walking into a grocery store and, like, you know, seeing, you know, people shop and also seeing people work the registers. I like, you know, having those little, well, I actually don't like small talk, but, you know, I still like engaging with people, you know, and asking questions or, you know, being able to compliment them, like, oh, girl, your hair looks so good today. Like, I love doing that. But if we have like an AI replacing those roles, it'll be really hard. And as a society, like, socializing is already on a decline. People don't really hang out anymore. No fucking wonder, because you gotta work fucking 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs just to keep a roof over your head. So, like, you don't really have any free time. And it's just really insane. Like, and I understand, like, employers, like, they have to do their job as well and get things done. Like, I understand that, but to, you know, have me under the impression that, you know, I'd be working fucking part-time when you knew I would not be. It's just very inconsiderate and it's foul. Like, why would you do that? I have a life, just like you. So you should respect people's time when they're coming in. And again, our economy is shit. So when people are getting all hyped because they finally got a job offer after searching for months or weeks for a job, and then you pull some bullshit like this, it's just like, damn, like, should I just give up? Like, just fuck it. Like, you know, it's just insane. And, you know, even with people with very prestigious degrees are struggling to find work. You know, people who have a degree in STEM and healthcare, they're having a hard time. Excuse me. I just had some water. But yeah, it's just absolutely insane. So again, to anyone else who is going through the struggle right now, baby girl, just know, or baby boy, just know that we're all struggling and you are definitely not alone. I know that doesn't necessarily take away the problem, but it might give you, I don't know, it might make you feel like more comforted that you're not going through it by yourself, because I know that sometimes comforts me. Like, yeah, there are also other people struggling, yes. No, I'm just kidding, but, well, not really, but it feels good to know that you're just not by yourself and that you're not crazy, because you're not the only person that's going through the bullshit, you know? But yeah, that's my whole spiel. Hopefully I can find something before the end of this month. You know, I'm not gonna give up yet. And if things don't work out with this, I'll just have to pivot, like just try to find some other work to do until I can find a CNA role, because it's really hard right now. I'm trying to hurry up and find something before I get my license revoked, because I'm not actively using it right now because I'm not working. Like, it's just very stressful, you know? But yeah, guys, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope that your day is at least going better than mine, you know? Can't be any worse than mine, right? But yeah, love you guys. I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.